So, how to make games alone, aka as a solo game developer? I've been in the game industry since 2009, working as an artist, project manager, producer, chief operating officer, creative director, and even running a couple of companies of my own. And I've raised investment rounds, been doing some deals with publishers and so forth. But still, solo game development has been my dream since I started making games with the Games Factory back in the days. I would think it was like 1996. And so that's why I found out that I need to now decide, and now is the best time to drop my gloves and start actually doing it. This actually happened some weeks ago when I decided this. But I wanted to start sharing my journey here and on my blog, and to keep it as a journal for myself, but hopefully and also for people who might be interested in following it. So here I am, chasing my dreams. But how do you do it? How do you work as a solo game developer? I get that asked a lot. I get that asked before I started this journey, and obviously got asked it today and within the past couple of weeks and such. It's an interesting question to answer, since I don't know the answer. I do know a lot of the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing and how those are supposed to be done, but obviously with my background and such. But the reality is that you just can't handle it all, because you need to do some other stuff like eat, sleep, take care of your kids, see your friends and family, etc. So I think the more important question here is something like, what stuff do you focus on? But actually, before we go into that, here's a quick advertisement of my current solo game project that I'm releasing on Steam Early Access on 12th of December, so within a couple of weeks. The game is called Secret Quest. Secret Quest is a top-down shooter game which focuses on cozy gameplay experience and monster collecting. And yes, it is a shooter. How can it be cozy? I think with its vibrant and colorful graphics and easy to grasp gameplay, you'll find yourself more focused into exploring the world of Naturia planet while collecting the new seekers to your collection, rather than being enormous of your survival. The game do offer challenge as well, but without the frustration. So yes, to support my journey that I mentioned, be sure to wishlist Secret Quest on Steam, and consider also joining our gamer and game developer Discord as well. It has something like 300 members already. You can find the links in the description below. But now, let's continue. So what stuff do I focus on? When I'm developing the game and doing the programming, graphics, animation, sounds, music, design, project management, and testing all by myself, I'm rather crowded with work already. But, as we all know, that's not enough. I need to do the marketing as well. And people who know something about marketing, they know that it's a full-time job as well. So, getting back to the question, how do I handle it all? I think the answer is, I don't. I'm either making the game or I'm doing the marketing. When I'm focused on one thing, the other stuff needs to put in the rest. And obviously, this is just my own way to do it. I know there are people who split the day into 2 or 3 or 4 segments or something like that, and work all of this stuff on each day. But for me, I like to reserve the full day for the stuff I work with, rather than being stressed that how long I'm able to do the X thing until I need to jump to some other. Now, someone would say that I just could schedule to posts for a week or such, and that's a good way to do it. If you've already found a medium that actually drives traffic. But marketing is not that simple, at least for me. You can't just schedule stuff into selected media and see the traffic come. No, not at least for me, not today, not yet. So why is that? Because for me, marketing is still a big black box. Honestly, I've never really found a media that actually drives traffic. You can use hours and hours of your time to build content, schedule those to a period of time, and after that, go see the data. The outcome, unfortunately, is most likely something like 50 to 200 impressions and a couple of reactions and luckily maybe 2 or 3 link clicks. At least that's my experience so far with platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Mastodon, X, and even with the Steam community announcement section. But because of that, I'm still in a rather experimental space. I try different stuff and see what happens, and for now I decided to stay low with those mentioned platforms and try something different. Because it doesn't really help to just do hours and hours of work for something that drives some to zero traffic, and I must dig deeper into some other options rather than banging my head to a brick wall for months. Because I think that doesn't really do good for your mental health, and if you're actually kind of physically hitting your head to the brick wall, it's not good for your physical health as well. But anyway, so my next research is to widen up the use of platforms. As an example, I never used medias like TikTok or YouTube before, although I did do game development courses for Construct 3 some years ago. There is possibility that I try that stuff again, since those have had the best reach so far. Anything I've done solo before has never reached kind of that kind of a numbers. It's like over 10,000 views per videos and such. If you'd like to check those out, it's on the same channel, by the way. But so yeah, it's likely that I will try again that at some point. But now someone would ask me that why don't you just run the ads, do that kind of a traditional way to just pay for the ad platforms and show your ads there and such. And that's one way to do it, but I do also know that it's a very costly thing to do. Kind of at the price of one user nowadays, the so-called CPI, so cost per install, is very high these days. And kind of competing in that space would be maybe even a suicide for someone who is making games as solo. So what I'm gonna do is try different marketing actions and see some actual data. And when I do that, I need to dedicate myself to those for some time. And with dedication, I mean scheduling stuff for some period of time, and after that, see the results. You can't really expect anything to happen with your first videos or other content unless you happen to hit the jackpot. But most likely, the first round results won't be anything super interesting. But what I hopefully find is stuff people find interesting. Like this video right here, that you're listening. So if I'm able to see something like that, like people find interesting, it's easier for me to plan the next round of content. So yeah, as a solo game developer, I can either do the traditional marketing on TikTok or such with my game videos, or I try to expand my reach by creating value for others. And I think that's kind of my cup of tea. Value for other game developers out there. If they find it valuable, maybe they'll share it. Maybe you'll share it. Maybe there are some viewers who like to support my game as well. Yes or no, I'm still bringing value to people who watch my videos rather than just putting ads of my game on different platforms. So for me, that feels more natural. I'm giving something valuable to people, and because of that, maybe someone will give something back. At least that's what I hope for. So yeah, this video right here is one of those pre-created contents for YouTube that I've done. You can expect more stuff coming here, but most likely it will be something a little different, just to see if some specific content works here better than some others. So be sure to give a thumbs up for this, or leave a comment if you like this, just that I know. And you know, or in the other hand, if you don't like it, would be great to hear why, and if there's some specific area that you would like to hear about. But yeah, so what is coming in other content that I'm making? And I think the next video I will be discussing my findings in the never-ending argument, what is the best game engine to use in 2025? Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and please consider in subscribing the channel or even taking a look into Secret Quest on Steam. It's coming on early access on 12th of December, so that's in like a couple of weeks. And also check the links in description to join our Discord channel as well, because it would be super awesome to see you there. But hey, have a great day, evening, morning, night, or whatever you're having. So cheers and thank you very much, and bye bye.